Hey guys, welcome back to Based MMA. I'm back with another video, guys. Happy New Year. Happy 2024. I hope you guys have an amazing year. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. In this video, guys, I'm going to be discussing Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler, rumored for June 29 for International Fight Week in Las Vegas. I know this is a bit old. I haven't made a video in a couple of days. I know that this news came out like the 1st of January, or I think it was the 31st even, that Conor McGregor posted a video pretty much announcing, not officially because the UFC didn't come out and officially confirm that the fight was happening on June 29, but he came out and confirmed that he will be fighting Michael Chandler for International Fight Week. And he also announced that he was going to be fighting Michael Chandler at 185 pounds. And I saw a lot of people, including myself, pissed off about the fact that the fight was going to be taking place at 185. But I took a step back and I was like, I think Conor McGregor was trolling. I don't think he was being serious when he was saying that he was going to fight Michael Chandler at 185. It was more of him trolling because during the Ultimate Fighter, Conor McGregor did mention that he would fight at 185 and Chandler was up for it. So he kind of laughed about it. But I don't really think the fight is going to take place in the middleweight division because, first of all, these guys are short, they're lightweights, and they would look terrible at 185. They would be bloated. And not only that, but the winner, like what, are they going to fight in the middleweight division? You know what I'm saying? So I think the fight's going to end up taking place at 170 pounds. But for the sake of the video, let's entertain the idea of them fighting at 185. I don't know, man. I don't know, because by the time these guys get in the cage, Chandler will not have fought for over 2 years, I want to say, or at least 2 years, which is a long time off. And he's also 35, 36 years old. So that kind of does help Conor McGregor in the sense that Chandler's also going to be a bit rusty when he gets in the cage. The problem as well is that I think Michael Chandler, he's too much of a people pleaser and he's too much of a Conor fanboy to go out there and just try to get the job done. I think he's going to go out there and maybe he has a little bit of success in the first round. But I could see him trying to put on a show and trying to make a statement and getting caught by Conor McGregor on steroids. And, you know, even though Conor McGregor is not in his prime anymore, I do think that he does have a lot of power. But I do think logically Chandler should win the fight easily, but I just don't trust him. Like, I don't trust him at all. We've seen Michael Chandler be in fights that he can clearly win. Like, I thought he could clearly beat Dustin Poirier. I thought he would have been able to beat Justin Gaethje if he was just a little bit smarter, a little bit more patient, because the guy's so talented. I mean, he has incredible grappling, has a lot of power, very explosive. We've seen this guy hurt a lot of guys. I mean, he hurt Justin Gaethje. He hurt Charles Oliveira. He almost defeated Charles Oliveira in that first round. One of the best lightweights of all time. So I think Michael Chandler has so much potential, but it's like he's his worst enemy. And against Conor McGregor, the biggest payday of his life, even if he loses that fight, he's going to be worshiping Conor McGregor. And that's why I think logically I should pick Michael Chandler to beat Conor McGregor, but I don't trust Michael Chandler at all. I don't trust him, and I would not be surprised if Conor McGregor is able to knock out Michael Chandler. The one thing that I will say is that I think Conor McGregor is clearly not right in the head, and I'm sure you guys have watched many channels discuss the fact that Conor McGregor is clearly not right in the head. Even though he's coming back, he is coming back off a brutal injury that he suffered against Dustin Poirier 2-3 years ago. And I don't know if he's going to be the same. I don't know if he's going to have the same confidence. I don't know if he's going to have the same confidence to throw those leg kicks and really beat Michael Chandler. And also the fact, if they do fight at 185, they're going to be slow. They're not going to have the speed. I do think it kind of does help Conor McGregor a little bit, because I think that he's going to be not as fast as Michael Chandler. He's going to be more precise. He definitely has a better striking. He's better with his striking than Michael Chandler, but he hasn't fought in quite a while. And I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Michael Chandler to win that fight. And like I said, right now, it's kind of hard to get excited about the matchup truly. One, because it's so far away, which I don't understand why. I think the fight should have happened for UFC 300. I feel like every day, more and more, UFC 300 looks to be in trouble. We really haven't gotten an announcement yet for the main event of UFC 300. And then the fact that Conor McGregor isn't fighting until June 29, it's like, why? This fight should have already happened in 2023. It should have happened in the summer of 2023 after the Ultimate Fighter in August, September. And now it's not taking place until June of 2024. Like, I feel like the more time passes, the less people care about this matchup. And I feel like I'm not that excited for it. I mean, I'm going to be excited the week of, but right now it's hard for me to get really excited about it because it's not until June 29th. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird there. I don't know why they're taking so long with Conor McGregor. Maybe the UFC does feel like Conor McGregor is not right in the head and he needs more time. I'm surprised that Michael Chandler has waited this long for the fight, but it just tells you how much he worships Conor McGregor and how much he wants a red panty night. But I mean, it is what it is. At this point, like I said, I'm not too invested in this matchup. I mean, it's going to be a huge fight. I'm definitely going to tune in. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to tune in, but I feel like I'm not as excited as I would have been if Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler would have happened in 2023. So it is what it is, guys. I mean, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that Conor McGregor is going to come back and chin Michael Chandler? I see a lot of people picking Conor McGregor. Do you think Michael Chandler is just going to be too much for Conor McGregor? And even though he's been inactive as well, at least you know he's taking the sport seriously. He's actually training, actually putting the work. He's in the gym. He's not drinking every day, you know, just ruining his body like Conor McGregor is. So I definitely get arguments for both sides. It's a very competitive and attractive fight, so I understand why the UFC is making it. But it's just very hard right now because I think the UFC should have given a match for Conor McGregor for him to regain his confidence. I get it. There's no tune-up fights in the UFC, but for Conor McGregor, they should have made an exception because he's such a superstar. And if he gets an easy win, he built his confidence, and then you could give him the Chandler fight or another fight that's a little bit more risky. Because if he loses his fight against Michael Chandler, I mean, what's next for Conor McGregor? I don't really see him staying. I mean, maybe he could get a Nate Diaz trilogy, but at that point, I don't really see Conor McGregor having any more title aspirations. And right now, I do feel like Conor McGregor still thinks that he can fight for the title and he could be a champion once again when, you know, even the biggest Conor McGregor fan knows that Conor McGregor is probably not going to be champion ever again because one, he's very inconsistent. He's not dedicated. He's been ruining his body. He's coming off a bad injury. He hasn't won a legitimate fight in so long. His last win was Donald Cerrone in 2020. Prior to that, he lost to Khabib Nurmagomedov in 2018. Prior to that, you know, he had the Floyd Mayweather fight. His last good win was Eddie Alvarez. Like, I don't really see Conor McGregor returning to prime shape. I mean, I hope we get some fun fights out of him. Like I said, I still think he's very live against Michael Chandler just due to the fact that Michael Chandler is so untrustworthy and is such a showman. Like, if I could trust that Michael Chandler was going to go out there to just win, to just beat Conor McGregor, then I would pick him in a heartbeat. But because of it, I can't trust him in this matchup. I can't trust it. I mean, let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited? I feel like MMA fans are not that excited for this, and the fact that the UFC didn't come out and actually confirm the match, I don't know. Like I said, I think interest is falling in this fight. I feel like less and less people care about this matchup. I feel like Conor McGregor's aura is also gone. And the fact that Michael Chandler, he's not that much of a trash talker. He loves to worship Conor McGregor. That kind of makes the fight a little bit like, it feels a little gimmicky, even though it shouldn't because it's a great fight. It does feel a little gimmicky. And if the fight takes place at 185, it feels even more of a joke. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if Conor McGregor wins, like, people are going to be like, oh, Conor McGregor's back. He's back. He's going to be champion material. Like, even if he beats Michael Chandler, hold your horses. Conor McGregor is not championship material anymore. And if he goes out there and becomes champion, then you could come back in this video and talk shit. But I'm very confident that Conor McGregor will never be champion ever again. He will never be champion. And I just hope we get some more fun fights out of him. As a Conor McGregor fan, at this point, all I want is some fun fights out of him. So make him fight Michael Chandler. If he wins, bring back Nate Diaz. Maybe do a Dustin Poirier quadrilogy if the interest is high and if Dustin Poirier is able to get a win. But like I said, I don't really see Conor McGregor competing at the highest level, nor do I see Michael Chandler because I feel like he's kind of wasted already. I mean, he came into the UFC already late, And I feel like Michael Chandler's prime was in Bellator, but he's been through a lot of wars. He's a win one, lose one kind of fighter. I do think he'd be an interesting matchup against Islam Makhachev, but right now, I don't think Michael Chandler's going to get any better. Maybe his chin is a bit rejuvenated with this time off. But like I said, I also don't see Michael Chandler being championship material. I would love to see some fun fights out of him as well. Maybe Benoit Saint Denis, maybe a Fiziev, maybe a Jalen Turner versus Michael Chandler. So there's still a lot of amazing matchups that we could have gotten already with Michael Chandler, but he's really waiting for that red panty night, which I think is a missed opportunity, because if the UFC knew, I know I'm going on this rant, but if the UFC knew that Conor McGregor wasn't going to fight in 2023, I think they should have still given Michael Chandler a matchup. I do understand that if Michael Chandler loses, then it does kind of take away that hype between Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler, because at least by the time they fight, people are going to forget that Michael Chandler lost to Dustin Poirier. At least the casuals will. And the fight's bigger, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of understand why Chandler didn't fight anybody in this time off, because also he probably didn't know. He probably didn't know when the UFC was thinking of making this matchup. He probably didn't know that it was going to take this long for Conor McGregor to return. So very interesting news, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, make sure to like and subscribe. More videos coming. I know that I hadn't posted in a couple days, but there hasn't been a lot of MMA news, and I don't want to force videos as well, guys. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Make sure to like and subscribe, like I said, and I'll see you guys in the next one.